is the agenda for the next 60 minutes. I'm going to take you into the Tiny Habits fold officially, going to talk about the concept. We are also going to talk about why there is a strong human resistance towards a change, any kind of change. We're going to talk about what is a habit, which is, trust me when I say this, is very different from what you and I we understand at this point in time. Okay, and we will also be knowing something about habit loop, which can be, epiphany for many of us. Then we will move to the science of habit formation. So we will see a live example of how a habit can be formed, changed, increased, decreased, etc. And then the last thing is that we're going to talk about, what is this all a big, part of? What's the big picture? So that would come towards the latter part. Okay, so seems like we all are ready to try something which is tiny but very powerful. Okay, so I'm going to invite you to touch your nose. Yes, you heard me right. I want you to lift your finger and touch your nose. And those who are not on camera, we, of course I can't see you, but I trust that you will lift your finger and touch your nose. Now please release. Okay, and I'm really sorry, in these days where you are asked to keep your hands away, I'm asking you to, put it on your face, but there is a meaning why I'm asking you to do that. I would talk about the meaning later. Okay, remember that you did something like this on many occasions. Okay, so that's the comedy of life, isn't it? We desire to achieve so much, but then we feel stuck. Then we pick up things to try out and we fail. Sometimes we fail miserably, so much so that we don't even want to try again. Yeah, very true. Irony of life. Okay, so let me give you a very nice visualization. Let's just spin this argument on its head. Okay, and let's imagine something nice. So, what if your failure to take action and stick to your plan was never a problem with you, but a problem with your strategy? Okay, the strategy that most of the world uses, including us, and we endorse it. And the second thought is this: what if the science about human behavior, willpower, all that you have read and heard about willpower and the brain and the way the brain functions, suggested a better alternative for sticking to your plans, one that is rarely practiced or promoted? Not many of us, we may have heard of it or practiced it. And what if this shift to the new strategy changed everything for you, and no matter how you felt, you knew that you could take action, reach your goals, form good habits, and change your life? So just imagine, read the words on the slide and imagine. In this case, why you didn't resist is also due to a formula, behavioral formula. You didn't resist, you lifted your finger, touched your nose easily, because here the resistance equaled or lesser than the motivation and the ability to do so. So there are two important components involved here. Okay, you brought this change in your behavior, a quick behavioral change, because one, there was an ability, right? You could easily lift your finger. I mean, I didn't need to give you any training. You could do it yourself, right? That's one. Secondly, there was a motivation, some amount of motivation, and you have already given me answers. You said that we thought that it's good fun. There was some suspense. So ideally, we do things. We all know that human beings, they are driven by the motivation which is deep rooted in psychology, and that is, we do things that would take us towards pleasure or take us away from pain. Okay, and here there was no pain involved. Now we're going to jump into exploring that why there is a strong human resistance towards a habit change. Okay, and for this I'm going to take you to this small thought experiment, super flashback. And I'm going to take you back on 31st December every year. Okay, when we are about to usher in New Year, right? And what do we do? On the brink of New Year, what do we do? Many of us, what do? We plan for the future, right? Okay. Very nice. I was waiting for this word. Resolutions. Thanks, Pavan. So let me take you back in time and some years that we have spent on this planet. Let me remind you of those resolutions. 2017. Let's go 3 years rewind back. Do you remember the 2017 New Year resolutions? If you remember, put yes, but wait, don't put yes yet. So, two parts to this question. Do you remember the resolution and did you achieve them? Okay. If the answer is yes to both, type YY. If you remember the resolution but you didn't achieve them, then type YN. If you don't remember, didn't achieve, then type NN. 2017 में क्या सेट किया था? 2016 एंड में. Okay, NN, YN. Okay, go on. Some more answers, please. Okay. Yes. So some people here, I'm very, very envious of you, but most of you I resonate with. Okay, cool. Keep it going, keep it going. Let me take you back to 2018. Same process. Go back in time, 2018. What do you recall? Okay, go on. Same process. Nostalgia. Okay, yeah. Of course, the idea is to take you back, get nostalgic. Okay. Yeah. And some of us are very honest. Even my answer to this is NN. Even the previous one was NN. Okay, so let's take you to 2019. What's the status now? Do you remember? Did you achieve? What is that? YI, YY, YN, NN. So we maintain the consistency or is there a change? Okay, cool. And I'm not even talking about this year. The year which I think has sent us topsy-turvy. So I'm not even checking on you about anything about 2020. But the 3 years, a lot of resolutions, many of us, we made resolutions and many of us couldn't achieve them to the point that some of us, we don't even remember. Okay, so here comes the formula. And the formula is that to make habit a habit or to make any behavioral action a habit, we need three components. We need a trigger, we need a routine, and we need a reward. Okay, now the trigger is something that would remind us to take that action. Okay, and after being reminded a couple of times, it becomes a routine, it becomes a habit itself. And of course, if there is a reward, फिर कहते हैं ना क्या कहने, very nice. So it can be motivation, it can be reward, but if there is a reward, beautiful. So this is habit loop. And would you agree with me now that strong triggers and rewards, they create cravings? So there is a new element that I'm adding here, craving. You know, the stronger the trigger is, more the craving to respond or take action or form a ritual which later turns into a habit. And if there is a reward, so they say na sone pe suhaga, baat ban jaye, right? So we, most of us, we don't stick to healthy habits because we think it's pain. Like, you know, when we say that we need to exercise, it's like abhi kaun karega, you know, it's like too much of pain. So it's interesting that, you know, our triggers are incorrect. So, you know, we are looking at pain. So what if the trigger is spun around the head and now we see something which is actually pleasurable, not painful? Okay, so now let's understand triggers. What kind of triggers can play an important role? This is a game of triggers now. Okay, so there can be a trigger which is time. And you know what comes to my mind, that if I wake up early and if I you know, get into the shower early, then I am more productive that day. Has anyone here noticed that? I mean, you know, taking a shower right at the start of the day um, gets me beautiful results throughout the day. So this can be a time bound, time oriented trigger. There can be a specific location that may evoke a specific kind of action or behavior from me. So what comes to your mind when you think of a location? Anyone? A particular location? Anyone from Delhi here? A Delhiite? North? Okay, I tell you why I'm saying this, because my husband really dreads me. He is dreadful when I'm traveling. Okay, because this is just level one. This is a webinar, and we wanted you to explore the world of habit formation. But every game has different levels. Okay, so there is a structured program that how can we create tiny habits, sustainable tiny habits. And if we deep dive into it, then it can be as if magic has unfolded in the life, because this is backed by Stanford, Dr. BJ Fogg. He is the man who has created this, and there is a lot of research that has happened. Uh, there is an in-depth science of behavior design. We will also be covering that different behaviors, they require different kind of work. It's been named as 5 behaviors, and they are color coded: green, blue, purple, gray, and black. Basis new behavior, familiar behavior, you want to increase a behavior, you want to decrease a behavior, or you want to stop doing a behavior. It also is time bound, that do you want to do this or behave in a way once or over a span of time, or it's a long term behavior. So this is entire science and framework, robust framework. That brings us to the information on how can you take this journey ahead, how can you deepen your learning. Remember, this is only level 1. We have just scratched the surface. If you enroll yourself in this program, we are going to have 120 minutes each, 2 power-packed sessions. So session 1 would cover go beyond, above and beyond what you just learned in the habit loop method, and start your journey as a behavior designer. How can you design your own behavior and others? Learn the theory of golden behaviors. Learn BMAT, which is in-depth formula to change behavior and hold on to that behavior for your life. You can also create tiny habits by a method called anchoring habits, how you stack up. You will also get a personalized habit tracker for project work. Yes, so this workshop would also have a project work. You would be asked to do some work so that the habit science of behavior design and the habit formation sticks with you. Session 2 would have design behaviors for consistency, because very often people complain all of this was good, but it disappears after some time. So how do we deal with that is something covered in concept of simplicity. We will also talk about 5 ways to increase your ability. So touching nose was easy, but what about changing behavior where you need focused ability? So what do we do with that? We will learn how to make pearl habits, right? Golden habits that can give you massive results. We will learn how can we get rewards when there are none. Okay, we will redesign the environment. So in my case, the example I had shown you, I could change the route, but what if I can't change the route? What if I can't change the people I work with? So then what happens then? No problem, there is a solution to that also. We will also learn a beautiful process called the alter ego. So remember the superwoman and superman. So we're going to work on that and give you a new identity which is far more empowered. Last but not least, action planning for future, and we will also have an accountability buddy for you so that this person nudges you gently to stay on track. So this is the curriculum. I'll stop sharing here, and I would urge you, request you to embark on this journey. Come and hop on and let's explore how can we create sustainable behaviors that would get us results. So obviously in every journey we need to pack or take a backpack with some goodies. So let's see that what would be your backpack in this journey.